morning. Vande Matram. Welcome all of you. So this is a beautiful morning. The earth is kissed with rain. Rain kissed earth. Next, life is packed with a thunder. Then, hope is a little ray of hope from entire sparklings. We can find the lightnings. Actually, it is bringing back hope amid this tempestuous morning. So, on this beautiful and this brilliant morning, we are going to discuss the great topic, that is the M. The topic of discussion for this morning will be on the M. So of course, we are not going to discuss everything on ordinary life, the aim of the spiritual life, and we will relate it to the process of yoga as per the writings and the description of Mother and Sri Aurobindo. Hopefully, we are going in a big way, of course, in brief, almost from Sri Aurobindo's writings and his philosophy. So, the topic of discussion for this morning will be on M. Anyway, it will start from the mother. It is a brilliant topic, the aim of man. Progress is the sign of divine influence in the creation. So just imagine how brilliantly it has been sketched down. Progress is the sign of divine influence in creation. Progress is the sign of divine influence in creation. Then what is really this progress is mean? Sign of divine influence on creation. This progress, the reason why we are on earth. The reason why we are on earth, that the reason is of course that is progress. Again, there is a purpose, of course. What is the purpose of the human life? What really we live for, and of course we ride on. The purpose of earthly life is the progress. The purpose of earthly life is progress. If you stop progressing, you will die. If you stop progressing, you will die, as Mother quotes. If somebody stops aspiring, he begins to die. Here also, same way, in same manner, almost with the same equivalent philosophy, Mother quotes, the purpose of life, earthly life is progress. If you stop progressing, you will die. Every moment that you spend without progressing is one step closer to your grave. So this is the great thing Mother has quoted beautifully, that if you stop progressing, you will die. Every moment that you spend without progressing, every moment that you spend without progressing is one step closer to your grave. Means when somebody stops aspiring, he begins to die. When somebody stops progressing, he is approaching his grave. Again, the goal, then of course it is from mother quotes, the goal is not to lose oneself in the divine consciousness. The goal is not to lose oneself in the divine consciousness. For that, actually, we keep doing the yoga since time immemorial. From the eternal time, we keep focusing on that, to merge in the, to lose in the divine consciousness. But the thing is that Mother is having a different view. Of course, after touching these limits, it is having a different view. The goal is to let the divine consciousness penetrate into matter and transform it. It is not that you will go and merge with the divine consciousness and you will stay and you are no more interested to come down and all. This is for the personal development, or it is a narrow-sided phenomenon. Narrow-sided, of course, progress. But thing is that what really the goal is to let the divine consciousness, penetrate into matter and transform it. Here, entire thing, entire process, entire sadhana, it was the objective was to emerge in the divine consciousness. Here, we are doing something better, and of course something greater. So, Mother quotes, the goal is to let the divine consciousness, that divine consciousness has to penetrate into matter, and of course it will transform it. The transformation, then what the new term we will see here in the course, transformation and supermind. The two terms I have used in a new and modified manner so as to define the yogic concepts. Transformation, the goal of creation. The goal of creation is really transformation. Again, about transformation, which is the aim of course, creation, that is being described well by Sri Aurobindo. It is, if it be true that the spirit is involved in matter, if it be true, if the word is sentence is used by Sri Aurobindo, if it is true that the spirit to be involved in matter and apparent nature is a secret God. Then conditions are true. If to be if it be true that the spirit is involved in matter, first condition, then apparent nature is a secret God. If these conditions are true, these two are true, then the manifestations of the divine in himself and the realization of God within and without are the highest and the most legitimate aim possible to the man upon the earth. That is a big thing on this quotation. On this line, we can see a great vast outlook from Sri Aurobindo. It is, has been the great message from Sri Aurobindo by for us. Again, I'll try to quote it. If it be the true that spirit is involved in matter, first condition, if the spirit is involved in matter and appeared, apparent nature is the secret God. If these are true, then the manifestation of the divine in himself, then again, the manifestation of the divine in himself and the realization of God within, manifestation of God in himself. Second, the realization of God within and without. Within and without are the highest and the most legitimate aim possible to man upon earth. So that is what the great thing as told by our master. Again, we can read two lines from Mother beautifully. Sri Aurobindo quotes, Mother quotes, the moment approaches when the truth will govern the world. We know while describing the truth, Mother quotes beautifully, it has been clinging to the truth. Ultimately, the victory of truth is certain. Salute the advent of the truth. Truth, the love of God is truth. Truth will finally prevail. So many things, only truth. So many ways, victory of the truth is ultimately certain. So, like this, many ways we see Mother has quoted, and these quotations are coming from Mother on truth. Here also, the moment approaches when the truth will govern the world. The moment approaches when the truth will govern the world. Will you work to hasten the coming? Hasten its coming. And initially, we have also listened couple of messages and couple of calls from Mother and Sri Aurobindo. The world is preparing for a big change. Will you help? That was the first line. Will you help? Just in Savitri also we can find the equivalent word from Sri Aurobindo. The world very interestingly. I will save earth if I have consent to be saved. Only that consent is required. Only that requirement is yes. That is the most requirement. That is the boldly. That is the requirement. Again, here in the Mother quotes, the moment approaches when truth will govern the world. That is true. Will you work to hasten its coming? So this your collaboration, it will be better to hasten the coming again with blessings. That was the message given by Mother on message for Rayagada Study Circle Odisha. That was in during 1971. Again, the object of life. What is the object of the yoga? What is the object of yoga? That is given. That object has been objectified by the master. What we propose in our yoga is nothing less than to break up the whole formations of the past and the present. Whole entirely we want to break up the entire formations of the past and the present, which makes the ordinary material and of course mental man, and to create a new center of vision and a new universe activities in ourselves. That is, the past has to be broken up, and this present and future it has to be it has to be fermented with the present, and future has to be formed and reformed. Present make up the ordinary mental and mental man, to make up the ordinary material and the mental man, and to create a new center of vision, to create a new center of vision and a new universe of activities in ourselves. It is everything is ourselves, psychic being, spark of the divine. It is there, spark soul is there. So everything, universe, new vision, center of new vision and a new creation, to create a new center of vision and a new universe of activities in ourselves, which shall constitute a divine humanity or a superhuman nature. Already Mother's quotes, already we know Sri Aurobindo, the emanation of the Supreme came down to earth to announce a new race and a new world. Two things are there. Sri Aurobindo, who is he? the emanation of the emanation of the Supreme. What for he came down to announce? He came down to announce what a new race and a new world. What is that? That is supramental. Here also, Sri Aurobindo quotes beautifully that ordinary material and mental man, and to create a new center of vision and a new universe of activities, new center of creation, vision, and a new universe of activities in ourselves, which shall constitute the divine humanity and the superhuman nature. That is what the object and aim of this entire process of yoga. Again, we are going to quote mother. There is a beautiful question put forward to the mother on this golden world, golden earth. So the rough, the ugly, and the wretched world, will it ever become the perfect golden divine world? Here we see that is a dangerous world. Sometimes we feel rough world, ugly world, wretched world. So there is some sort of actually anxiety to know. Actually, is it going to be changed to a perfect golden divine world? And that is the very small and of course a very interesting line, that is message from mother. It is to be, it is bound to be because it can't be otherwise. It is bound to be that golden divine world. It is bound to be, otherwise it can't be otherwise. There is no other go. There is no other way. Again, mother quotes, the world will be made better only in the proportion of we make ourselves better. Many times when we move near in the Pondicherry sea beach, we find the beach will not be same if you later. So this is the thing. If you want to change the world, try to change yourself. Be the change you want to see. So things are like going like this. And mother has a beautiful quotation here. The world will be made better only in the proportion as we make ourselves better. When in proportion as we make ourselves better, in proportionately the world will be better. Again, we can read few lines from Savitri, of course. Very interestingly, Sri Aurobindo tries to explain, if our souls could see and love and clasp God's truth. Suppose an example I'll give. Suppose that mirror is there inside the house. Sun rays, very brilliant sun rays, it is touching the earth. So this you have to bring out the mirror, and you have to show it to the rays, sun rays which are coming. Then this mirror will absorb something and radiate something. So like this, from above, the God's truth is coming, and our soul is like a mirror. So the condition is like there, the mirror was actually could see, love, and clasp. Here also same thing. If our souls could see and love and clasp God's truth. There sunrise, here God's truth. There was a mirror, if it is our soul. So then if see and love and clasp the three things of the God's truth, clasp God's truth, then actually what will it is observe something, then radiate something. After the soul towards coming up, it is actually inner being heart. Then after heart, the body, entire body. So body, then heart, then psychic being. So soul, then after the soul, that the reflection will be there. Then its infinity radiance would siege our hearts. There is no chance of getting that emotions. Then our being, finally, our being, the outermost one. Then in God's image we remade. In God's image it will be remade. Then only this earthly life can become the life divine. Again, we'll try to quote something from about the aim from Sri Aurobindo. My aim is to create a center of spiritual life which shall serve the means of bringing down the higher consciousness and making it a power not merely of salvation but for the divine life upon the earth. That is very clear message. My aim is to create a center of spiritual life which will serve as a means for bringing down the higher consciousness. That higher consciousness will be brought down, and a divine, making it a power, that divine consciousness, higher consciousness, not merely a salvation but for a divine life upon the earth. That is what this power has to come down. It has to create a divine life on earth. So that is the point of discussion. And again, it is with this subject that I have withdrawn from the public life. From the public life, I have withdrawn. My purpose is different. This is the purpose, and founded this ashram in Pondicherry and called for the want of a better word. So, and this is the creation for it. not the ashram of the sannyas in ordinary sense. It is not the ashram, but who want to leave all for all else and prepare for this rule, because my purpose, my ashram, my objective is totally different. Again, about the object from Savitri. Nature shall live to manifest the secret God. God, he is the secret and unmanifest. So nature shall live to manifest the manifest yet unmanifested and secret. Manifest the secret God. Second, then second in the next step, the spirit shall take up the human play. If these two conditions are satisfied, nature shall live to manifest the secret God. Second, if the spirit then the spirit shall take up the human lay, then your problem, your purpose is solved. Then this earthly life becomes the life divine. Again from Savitri here in the course, the spirit shall look out through matter's gates. Matter now it is actually covering, wrapping up the spirit. And the spirit shall look out, not in, look out through matter's gaze. And the matter, the duty, it is the responsibility of the matter shall reveal the spirit's face, obliged to reveal the spirit's force. Then what happens? Then man and Superman shall be at one. Man and Superman shall be at one, and all the earth become a single life. So this singularity of life, life divine, transformation, perfection, and this thing, these are the majorly under the major portion and major aim and objective of the Sri Aurobindo's philosophy, and the Sri Aurobindo and Mother also came for that. Thank you. Vande Mataram.